Begin in child's pose, toes together, knees apart. Reach the fingers way far forward. Fingers are spread wide, and you're pressing a bit more into the fingerprints than the rest of your hand. As you breathe, feel the whole back expand on your inhale. As you exhale, feel your hips melt down to the heels. Elbows are extended completely and your forearms are slightly pulled away off the mat. So it's your extended child's pose versus a restful, relaxed child's pose. On the breath out, round in your spine, releasing your head, roll up to all fours, tuck the toes, inhale, look slightly up. Exhale, untuck the toes, round in the spine. And then again, tuck the toes under, inhale, and let the back arch. On the exhale, untuck the toes, pulling back, child's pose. Dropping the head, rolling up. Inhale to arch the back. Exhale to round. Inhale to tuck the toes under, arch the back. And exhale to pull forwards, bending your elbows lower halfway down. Then press back to child's pose. Rolling up through all fours, come right to your modified push-up, and then press back to child's pose. Repeat this dynamically so that you start to build a little bit of heat. Notice that as you come to the modified push-up, it's a 90-degree bend in your elbows. Rolling up this time, tuck the toes under, find downward facing dog. You can pedal out the feet, reach one heel for the ground and then the other. Notice that a little bit of a bend in the knees can help you find more length in your back. See what feels better. Relaxing your head, chin to the chest, roll forward, find plank, and then gently bring the hips up high, downward facing dog. Again, chin to the chest, roll forward, plank. Exhale, hips go high to the sky, downward facing dog. Walk the feet up between the hands. Feet can stay hip width apart. Grab the elbows and just forward fold, hang. Kind of a little bit of a sway or ragdoll is fine. Release the arms and roll up through the spine. Inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Letting the knees bend. Inhale to arch the back looking up. Exhale to fold. Rolling up through the spine vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale to reach the arms up. Breathe out, left arm down, let the knees bend. Breathe in, arms reach up. Breathe out, right arm reaches down, knees bend. Breathe in, reach up. Look up as you fold forward, let your knees bend. Wave the heart forward on the inhale and exhale, step back to plank. Lowering halfway down, find chaturanga. Point the toes, inhale, upward dog. And exhale, hips go high to the sky, downward facing dog. Breathe deep here, feel the neck relaxed again, ears in line with the arms, and you'll walk your feet forward, slowly rolling up through the spine. Repeating again, inhale to reach up. Exhale, left arm drops, knees bend. Inhale, Utthita Hastasana. Exhale, right arm releases. Look up as the knees bend and you fold forward. Inhale to lift the heart and exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, belly to spine, downward facing dog. Notice your heels are right behind the balls of the feet, so you can see your feet are parallel. As you reach your right leg up to the sky, press a bit more into the right arm so you stay fairly square. Bring knee to the nose, shoulders over the wrists. You relax the neck and you bring the foot up between your hands. Right arm releases up into a twist. Pause there. Breathe. And then spin the top palm forward, reaching the arm overhead, circling down to your mat. You'll take onto your left arm your weight for Vashisthasana, side plank, right foot steps over the left. Reaching the arm overhead, get long. Reach the arm back up to the sky, bring it back center to plank. Vinyasa. Coming back to downward facing dog. Again, a breath in, a breath out, and then extend the left leg up to the sky, pressing into that left arm so the shoulders stay square. Knee to the nose. Relax the head and step the foot up between the hands. Left arm releases up to find a twist. Notice the right shoulder actually pulls away from the ear. Left palm spins forward, reaches overhead. Arm comes back to the sky. And you'll stack left foot over the right for Vashisthasana side plank. Modification, drop the bottom knee down under the bottom hip. Arm reaches overhead, let your hips lift a little, find an arc, and then return the arm to the sky. Plank pose center, Optional vinyasa. Find downward facing dog. Looking forward, you can rise up onto the balls of the feet and then spring forwards, half lift and fold. Arms reach out to come back up. Hands come down, heart center, Tadasana. Reaching up, inhale, forward fold, and find your way back to downward facing dog, however you want to get there. Feet come a little closer together. High on the balls of the feet, you'll spring forward, lift, and then fold on your exhale. Chest reaches forward to come up. As your hands come down, heart center, Tadasana, you get taller. Repeating here, Surya A, moving your way through with your breath, finding your way back to downward facing dog. Jump forward when you're ready. You can always walk. Each time you jump, feeling the hips shift forward over the wrist, so you get that nice buoyancy. It's actually hard for me to find myself. From here, lift the right leg up. You're finding tree pose, Vrikshasana. I draw my hands behind my back so I can let my chest lift and I lift my gaze, but you can take whatever variation you want here. Foot is pressing into thigh. Thigh is pressing back into the foot, so you can hopefully pull up out of your lower back a bit. Guide your right knee forward as you come up, and then press your right heel back. You're coming through a modified warrior 3. Notice your right toes actually point down to the ground. You may or may not extend the standing left leg completely. I keep my arms alongside my body, bend my standing leg, and find high lunge. As you melt down the right knee to your mat, resist the down. Find eagle arms, left arm under right, and then lift up to go back into a back bend. As you come upright, hands frame the face, they come down to the mat, and you'll step back, plank pose, vinyasa. Back to downward facing dog. Feet again come together. You'll jump, walk, whatever you want to do up to the top of your mat. Chest reaches forward to come up, Utthita Hastasana. Hands come down, heart center, Tadasana. Left foot comes up to tree pose, Vrikshasana. I join again, my hands behind my back, opposite thumb on top, puffing the chest up, taking a few breaths. I like to lift my gaze to challenge the balance. As you come upright, your abs tighten, the left knee presses forward, and you reach your left heel back with energy, coming through a modified warrior 3. Standing leg again may or may not extend completely. Let it bend again as you find your way back to high lunge. I do something different here than I did before. Resist your left knee down to the mat, and then find eagle arms, lifting your chest up to go back so you find a nice back bend. To release, hands frame the face, then the hands come down to the mat, vinyasa. Deep breaths in downward facing dog. I like to still pedal out my feet to get nice stretch behind the backs of the legs. Right leg can reach up high to the sky. This time bend at the knee, open the hip. And you can circle the knee out to the side once. Bring the thigh to the chest. Big circle. You can do it twice if it feels good. Extend the leg completely and then pendulum swings. Knee to the nose. Leg stretches back. Knee across the body. Leg presses back. Last one, knee comes to the nose and the foot steps up between your hands, going right into a side angle here. So left arm can reach up overhead. It can reach to the sky. Wherever you can still breathe is a great place to stay. The right side of your body as long as you can make it. Re-extend the arm to sky. Bring that left hand down to the mat, and you're switching to find your Vashisthasana, again, side plank. Variation, grabbing Yogi Toe Lock, the right big toe. This may become a chest opener eventually, but for now I just kept it center to the side. Finding downward facing dog, left leg can press up, same thing. Knee bends, extending the leg. I forgot the little hip circles on this side, but then I go right into pendulum swings. Left foot can step up between hands. Right arm goes up to the sky, and you can take the arm overhead if you did so on the opposite side. Arm reaches back up to the sky. To exit, both hands frame the front foot, stepping back to Vashisthasana, side plank, so that left Yogi Toe Lock, the left toe is in your Yogi Toe Lock. Hand can grab foot Go right back to plank, right back to downward facing dog. Pedal at the feet, reach one heel for the ground, the other. Tap the knees to the mat and give yourself a little wrist stretch. Turn one hand over so you can see the palm, the underside of your hand. Gentle circles to massage out the wrist, reversing the flexion. Child's pose. Toes together, knees apart. Roll again up just like in the warm-up, and then thread the right arm through to the left side. What you can't see is I turn my left fingers to the left to 9 o'clock, and it just helps deepen the twist. Coming up through center, take the left arm through to the right, and same thing, right fingers turn to 3 o'clock, so they turn out, and you can deepen the twist. Center all fours, downward facing dog. Walk the feet up to the hands, yogi toe lock the big toes. And forward fold. Another option here if you want to go bird of paradise. Lifting the right heel. Internally rotate the right arm and grab for your left wrist. And then as you rise up, you're pushing into the left heel ideally. I'm a little wobbly as I come up here. Bird of paradise. Arms are bound. The leg may extend. Leaving here, the abs tighten. Left arm reaches for the floor. Right arm reaches back. It's your Ardha Chandrasana half moon. Notice you might have overextended it when you get there. You can keep the leg pretty low so you feel really long out the back leg. And you feel breath up the top arm, which you may or may not take your gaze up to. To come out, just step back to downward facing dog. Walk the hands, the feet to the middle of the mat. You can sway around again, take a forward fold of choice, or lift the left heel up. Internally rotate that left arm and find your bind. As you push into the right heel to rise up, bird of paradise, opposite side, the chest lifts, and maybe the leg starts to extend. To come out, abs tighten. The left hip stays as low as it can as you find your way to Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Right arm down to the ground. You can feel the right oblique is engaged. Left arm reaches straight to the sky. And you may or may not again trace your gaze up towards that left finger. To come out, gently bend that standing leg. Find downward facing dog. Feet walk up to the hands. The arches of the feet will be on the outer edges of the mat, and you'll find a squat. Bringing the hands into heart center. I like to sway a little back and forth, but dropping your weight and just breathing deep is fine too. From here, you can move into a crow pose if you would like. Hands find chaturanga, arms find chaturanga, and your toes float off the floor. I play with beginning to extend the elbows a little more, and you deepen the pull in your abs in your middle. Feet come back down. And roll up to stand. Arms reach up on your breath in, Utthita Hastasana. Hands come down heart center, Tadasana. Quad stretch, right heel towards the seat. I grab it with both hands. And then pass the foot to the front, tucking in your pinky side of your foot into that left hip crease. I press my right knee down, and then to reach my right arm around, I kind of arch my back, perhaps a bit too much. Once you get in your half bind, try to pull the abs in so you can have that nice chest opening while you find your balance and you brace in your belly. Gently releasing. I go back to the quad stretch. You might stay, but I like to pull my foot back almost like a dancer pose with a bit of a chest opening since both hands are grabbing onto the foot. And then reverse onto the other leg. Begin with a simple quad stretch. Abs stay tight, heel to butt. Bringing the foot in front of the body again, the pinky side of the foot will tuck into the opposite side hip crease. And you may or may not take that half bind with the same arm as leg. Again, to come out, I go back to the quad stretch, and I like to press my foot back, holding again with both hands so you get a nice chest opening. Utthita Hastasana, hands reach up, feet are together. Chin to the chest, roll forward and down. Let the head relax. Take the feet a little wider. Yogi toe lock again. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale to fold. And the shoulders can pull up the back so your head just hangs. Letting your weight shift forward in the balls of the feet. Releasing the toes, coming into a nice deep squat. You can reach your fingers forward, so you're lengthening out your back. Bend and stretch the knees as many times as feel good. And then grab the elbows and sit back into your squat, keeping the chest fairly low. Press into the heels to rise up. Again, find a deep squat. And you're holding onto your tummy as you sit down on your mat, Navasana. Tuck the tail to lean back and exhale to rise up. Ardha Navasana on the lean back. Exhale to rise up. And you might do, what I like to do is just tip over onto the opposite side of your butt. Reach the limbs the opposite direction so you get a little bit of obliques. Always finding Navasana in the middle. Maybe extending legs. And then opening the legs up, finding straddle stretch. Pressing the hips forward from behind or folding forward between the legs. Melt your chest into the floor. As you roll up, you can sit in it for another breath or two, get an inner thigh stretch, and bring the legs together, crossing the right leg over the left. Keep pressing through the left foot and take your twist to the right. To release, counter twist the opposite direction, bowing head down. Come through center, Dandasana, reaching the arms up. And then drawing your left leg in, crossing the right leg, twisting to the left this time. The second arm comes almost behind the body so that you can pull your left shoulder blade back and down as you twist. Counter twist the opposite direction. And again, extend both legs forward, bending your knees, reach forward and roll down to your mat. Feet stay hip width apart. Lifting your hips up on an inhale, finding bridge. Either ripping your mat apart from the sides or you can shimmy the arms underneath of you, grabbing the palms together. Arms are actively pressing down into your mat here as you hold your bridge. Feeling your feet stay pretty even, pretty parallel in the mat. Gently roll vertebrae by vertebrae, hips back down to the mat. Stay for a full breath in, full breath out on your mat. And on your inhale, lift up again, find bridge, or hands can come up by the ears and you'll press up for your wheel. I like to rock a little bit back and towards the heels of my hands to get a little deeper shoulder stretch. Gently tuck chin to the chest to come down. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. And you're coming towards the end of this short practice here. So just relaxing everything heavy into the mat. I stop with my knees to the right. I hook that right ankle over my top left knee. And then I reverse that to the other side. And you come center. Happy baby usually feels good to even you out. Tailbone pulls down into the floor. I like to straddle stretch again and press the legs down towards the ground. Gently, feet come back onto the mat. And you can open the body out, relaxing in your Shavasana for as long as you want.